Hey guys, welcome back to Rolaids Bench. This is the second part of the Nyte Vu goggles and scope camera review that I was doing. This is the detail. I want to give you a little walk view recorded video of day and night in both the goggles right here, Nyte Vu goggles and the scope. I'm recording on a little DVR, about a 4-inch DVR, so when I'm recording through the scope I'm actually just looking at the DVR, making sure I'm getting good recording. What I mentioned in the last video, as I went through all the videos I took that day, and I was whooped, kind of am tonight too, they weren't that great. I had my quality settings on my recorder lower, so I've got things reset up. I am re-recording tonight, so we will get right into the daytime and the nighttime of both of them. See what you guys think. So we're here doing the daytime review of the Nyte Vu goggles. So walk past my warm fire. I'm going to walk outside. This is what it feels like to walk around with the goggles. So here's the range that we've been looking at multiple times. A little bit windy today and cold. I'm going to do a little scan across here and try to duplicate this at night. Right here is where sometimes we'll see our cats going in and out. Here we're at 15 yards. We're at 25, 50, 75, 100, 125, little in there, and then 150. Now in the goggles I cannot read even the 25. I can't even tell that that's a little moose there. I know that it's a little moose, but I can't tell that it's there. Still a not bad quality. It's color in the daytime. It switches automatically to night. Just glancing around some more of the yard a little bit here. It doesn't do too bad. I wish that I could show you the adjustments, but I found out I won't record out the adjustments that I can see. So, in general though, this is what it's like to walk around daytime with the glasses, or if you was walking in a bright lit up area before you went into a dark barn or something for pesting. It's doable. You can kind of go in and out and camera automatically changes. And we're back. Okay, so here's the daytime view through the Nyte Vu scope. This 15 yards, it is all black and white. This camera is black and white. Really clear. You could record with this if you wanted. If you wanted just to shoot for whatever reason daytime, does a good job. There's 15 yards. Let's go out to 25 here, and got a good view of the moose. This is all 12 power, and good view at 25. Now we're here at 50 yards. There's our teddy bear, and again, very clear, good target view, and clear sights. Now I am looking through the DVR, so it's a 4-inch screen there, DVR. We are at 75 yards. We've got the camo frog. Now we're at 100 yards, and we've got the swan. It's the size of a pigeon, and again I could easily shoot that as far as what I can see in the DVR. 125, we have a lion. It'll be the size of a groundhog. And again, for the scope side of things, I could take the shot. So again, 150 yards here, we've got the cow. It's the size of a very large groundhog. I wouldn't have any issues taking a shot from what I can see. So good clarity for daytime Nyte Vu scope. So you just got to see what it was like to look through the goggles, through the scope in the daytime. I went back out. I had no way to really show you guys what I'm seeing in the goggles. I went back out daytime attach the goggles to the scope with everything that they send. Very easy to do. I mean, this stuff just works right out of the box, just like they said it would. It was easy. Put them on, goggles on, and went through the same stuff, 15 yards all the way out, and found that the quality of this camera definitely looks better through the goggles than the goggle camera that's on there itself. This is a black and white only camera. Clarity was definitely better. Now, as I went through all the yardage all the way out to 150, you had seen the little DVR, or if you haven't, I'll be showing it to you. The quality of that DVR 4-inch screen was pretty decent. I was comfortable daytime looking at that DVR with this camera, taking shots to the 150 yards as far as the confidence of the scope, not talking about the gun. The quality in the goggles, now definitely superior to the quality of the small camera. I could see all the way out comfortably at least to the 125. Starting to get a little iffy 150. If it was a coyote or something, kind of like with the DVR, I was confident in the goggles. Not quite as clear, but pretty cool. I was impressed. Naturally, one reminder: we're using a cheap leaper scope, or economical. It's a nice, decent scope. Got a couple different ones of them. Later on, I'd like to test this on a Hawk that's coming with a new gun. It's not here yet. But for now, I knew if it could work through here, it could work through anything. And for some of us that have less money to spend on certain components than others, not an unlimited budget everywhere, how well was it going to work through a entry-level scope? That's what I tried. So all in all, daytime, Nyte Vu, you've done a good job. So we're here recording for the Nyte Vu goggles at night. This is the IR off. I am in the house and there's the light of the fire somewhat illuminating this room. So I've got a little bit of illumination, although when I look under the goggles it's pretty dark. Couldn't even think about reading anything there. Can barely make out what's on the table. And so let's walk outside. You have the option to turn on the IR. So right now it's still off. IR is still off. And we can see a little bit here. We've got a night light on at the neighbors down there. But we've got Corey the dog here close. We're going to turn IR on. And we can see a lot better now. And here's Corey. Make sure my focus is adjusted good. Okay, so let's walk around here. Back to the same position we were at in the daytime. Okay, IR is all the way up. So here's the buildings that we scanned across. There's where sometimes we see a cat out here, sometimes not. Pretty windy tonight, pretty blowy. I'm going to back the IRs down just a little bit if I can. Show you, so it's not blown out quite so much here. And there are 25 or 15 yards. We can see our 25 and our 50. Actually, I'll bump the IRs all the way up, and you can see 25, 50, 75, 100, 125. Barely make out the 150. But you know, they say roughly 80 yards, and so to be able to make out a larger animal out past, you know, there's 50, and there's 75, so very possible. And another thing I can do within my lens is that you can't see on the recording is I can vary the brightness levels, and that makes it also. So let's head back inside. This time the IRs are on, and and it's relatively easy to walk. You can see, reach out there enough to grab a hand, and so you can tell we got some IR illumination. Let's back it down as far as we can here. Okay, we still got IR illumination. I made sure that it was back down as far as it could go. So this is the lowest level. This is inside. We've got a little bit of ambient light just coming off the fireplace. So, pretty decent. So, here we are at night with the Nyte Vu scope adapter. We're at 15 yards. There's our little frog, pumpkin frog. Can see him very clearly. It's very windy out here. And here we are at 25 yards. Just getting that adjusted in. We can see our little moose really well. Can't really read our yardage numbers at night. For some reason the black doesn't reflect the IR as well, but yeah, that moose, 25-yard shot. If that was a rat, we'd have him. Let's find our 50. Get adjusted. There's 50, and there's the teddy bear. Very good. Very good quality. They said that this should go to 80 yards, so here's our 75. Dial that in just a little more. 75, and there's our toad, our huge frog, I guess, camo frog. And not too bad. Not too bad. I'm at 12 power through the leaper scope, so if we had even a better scope, better night gathering or light gathering capabilities. So here we are at 100 yards, and I can sort of make out the swan. It's the size of a pigeon there. Don't know if I want to take a shot out here to 100 yards, but within there 75 to 80 yards, or 75 or 100. They're saying 80 yards, definitely doable. Their IR illumination is good enough. If that was a coyote or something, I think you would have no problem. Even going out, there's the 125, and there's even 150. We can get some reflection, but I'd say that 100 is about limits. Well, guys, that's a wrap. You've seen everything about that I know about night vision goggles by Nyte Vu and the scope cam setup. Couple little quick things I wish you could have seen. The better adjustments that you can do in the goggles with the brightness controls that isn't recording on the DVR. You have your LED and your brightness controls. So it can vary a little bit more. Some of them times when the IR wasn't on, I could brighten it up a little bit and still see pretty decent. So on like a moonlit night or something, I think that you could see out some distance without even wasting batteries with the IR. Over here, I also wish they had a way to switch the IR off if you wanted to record through this camera for daytime, because then you're still burning up the batteries. Other than that, you can see all the rest of the detail in the first video. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Until next time, take care, shoot straight.